What is up, everyone? Welcome to Heroes Avenue. My name is Darren and it is Thursday. You're probably watching this on a Friday because I'm uploading this kind of late, but the week is almost over, guys. We're almost here. And so today we're going to be talking about some Joker stuff, some controversial things that's been coming out recently, and we're going to talk about the Batman with the Jonah Hill casting, and then we're going to talk about Flashpoint. Alright, so first, let's talk about the Joker first, because this movie seems to be causing a lot of drama just because of what the movie's about, because of how iconic and how villainously Joker is, and how this movie seems to almost sympathize with the character, right? And so with that, I made a previous video on how people were pissed off by the music choice and how it offended people, and how, again, it sympathizes with killers. And now people are reminiscent on what happened in 2012 when someone dressed up as the Joker and did a mass shooting in the theater in Aurora, Colorado, during the Dark Knight Rises premiere. And now people are very scared that this will happen again when the Joker does come out, and people in Aurora, Colorado, they actually removed it from one of the theaters in that city. And so Todd Philips, he came out and talked about this ordeal that's been going on right now. He says, "We didn't make the movie to push buttons. I literally described to Joaquin at one point as like, look at this as a way to sneak a real movie in the studio system under the guise of a comic book film. It wasn't, we want to glorify this behavior." And then another comment, he says, "The one that bugs me more is the toxic white male thing when you go, oh, I just saw John Wick 3. He's a white male who kills 300 people and everybody is laughing, hooting, and hollering. Why did this movie get held to different standards?" Yeah, it honestly doesn't make sense to me. And of course you're reading these comments and you're just like, of course, because John Wick is a good guy and Joker is a bad guy. But still, those two characters are still killing people. Killing is killing. Whether it's right or wrong, it's murder that's portrayed on film, that's being shown to a mass audience from different ages. Of course, kids are gonna watch the Joker, right? So everyone's gonna watch this. And a lot of people think, yeah, this type of film is going to influence people. And then you go into the debate on, does media influence behavior, such as like video games, which, there's been hundreds and hundreds of studies where it doesn't prove those theories are right at all. Video games doesn't influence people. It's people, they're just like that. And it's the way people are brought up. They're the ones that make those choices, not the video games or the movies. So yeah, it's interesting because we haven't heard much from Aurora, Colorado, and it makes sense for them to ban this movie, just because of how traumatic that experience was. Me and my girlfriend, we did get the opening premiere, or we're gonna watch the Thursday night showing of the Joker, and I am pretty scared to go into the theater. We're watching in a small theater in Bay Area. I don't think there's gonna be any shootings there, but you never know. Especially how crazy this movie is, and it could attract a lot of crazy people to go into the theaters. And so I'm gonna go into the theater, my eyes wide open, and just like look around if there's any funny business, because I'm gonna either run out or hide, or either attack the guy if I'm close by, because either me or him, right? So yes, really interesting. I kind of just want to talk about that, just because Todd Phillips has gone out of his way to really talk about this issue, and Warner Brothers even came out and they even came out with a statement, which is a very long statement, which I'm not going to talk about. But I wanted to go over what Todd Phillips said, and I want to know your guys' thoughts on this. How do you guys feel about going into a Joker premiere? Are you guys scared? Are you guys feeling a little traumatic with what happened with the Dark Knight Rises? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Alright, so let's move on to the Jonah Hill story. So 2 days ago, probably a day ago, Jonah Hill, there was an announcement with him and Jeffrey Wright. First came out with Jeffrey Wright that he was going to be casted as Jim Gordon in the Batman movie with Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson. Along with this casting is Jonah Hill, and the story is that Jonah Hill is is said to be involved with the Batman movie, but they don't know which character he's gonna be playing. And that part hasn't been confirmed yet. Of course, there's other rumors saying that, you know, Jonah Hill wants more money. Actually, he wants more money than what Robert Pattinson's gonna get paid. It seems like Robert Pattinson's gonna get paid really a small amount. I think it's less than 5 million, I think. Sorry, I didn't really look this part up for some reason. I should have, but it's a little under 5 million, and that's a really small amount, given that he's playing an iconic role. Hopefully, you know, he gets more money as the more movies he makes. I'm not sure the contract says, but Jonah Hill wants more money than what Robert Pattinson's getting paid, which is pretty greedy of him. Despite, I don't know, maybe I don't know why he's like that. I don't know, maybe to buy more shoes or something. I don't know. But anyways, Jonah Hill, he wants that. Plus, you know, we don't know which character he could be playing, the Riddler or Penguin. And what a lot of people are saying is that he might be playing Calendar Man, because, you know, previous rumors and what other people are saying that, you know, the Matt Reeves story could be following the Long Halloween storyline based off the comic book. And Calendar Man is, you know, plays a big part in that book. And Calendar Man, you know, if you guys don't know, he's a very obscure character where he commits crimes during the holiday or around the holidays, and he could be in disguise as well. And so I think that what a lot of people are also saying is that I think the fact that we don't know which character he's playing, I think DC doesn't want to reveal who he's playing yet. I think it's a red herring. I think if he chooses Penguin or Riddler, I think either or it's gonna be a disguise for him to play as Calendar Man, but as those characters. So I think if he plays as Penguin, I think he's going to commit his crimes, you know, around the holidays. I don't think he's gonna like play, you know, the Calendar Man character. I think he's gonna play some of his characteristics in either the Riddler or Penguin, just because those two characters are more known, and so it'll bring more audience to the movies if they hear like Riddler or Penguin. It's gonna be the movie, but also I think people are gonna watch the movie regardless, just because it's the Batman movie. So there's that. But yeah, it's a very interesting story. I think DC is just. I think they're just working things out. I think they also don't. I think they don't know where I don't know. But yeah, it's a really interesting topic. I think DC is just holding back the information just because they don't know which way to go. Because I really do think they're gonna go with the Calendar Man characteristics within the Riddler, because that makes more sense to me. I mean, you would want Penguin because you think, you know, Jonah Hill's a fat guy, but he's actually slimmed down, so he can play the Riddler. Riddler would make a lot more sense because he leaves clues everywhere, so that would play along with Calendar Man similarities. So I really think he would play that part. So yeah, I want to know your guys' thoughts on this. It's a little interesting story. Which character do you think he'll be playing? Riddler, Penguin, Calendar Man, or other? Let me know in the comments below, and I want to know your guys' thoughts on that. Alright, so the next story is Flashpoint, because a recent article that's coming out, we got it covered. I know the biggest rumor website in the whole galaxy right now. They're saying that they're hearing from their source that Flash 2 will be doing the Flashpoint storyline. And I want to point the question to you guys. You know, we keep hearing the Flashpoint this, Flashpoint that. It's going to reboot the universe, it's going to reboot that. Do you guys think it's a good idea or bad idea to do a Flashpoint storyline? I just want to know your guys' thoughts on this, because to me, the reason why they're doing, or why this is being rumored for, you know, Flash 2 for a Flashpoint storyline is to bring in the new Batman and the new alleged Superman that they're going to be casting, and merge it with the DCU with Ezra Miller, Gal Gadot, and Jason Momoa. That's the point of Flashpoint, to bring in Robert Pattinson and whoever plays Superman into this universe. So That in itself is very confusing to me, and I personally think it's a bad idea. Here's why. One, it will cause too much confusion with the general audience and the story. So imagine Endgame with the time travel times 100. Man, there's so many times where I had to explain the timeline with my friends and family, and it was still confusing to them, and I kind of confused myself as well. So imagine you're trying to, figure out, trying to explain, oh, well, even though, Robert Pattinson came to this universe, he doesn't remember, he doesn't remember his past, but he has a memory of Ben Affleck, or, it gets really messy. And at this point, I feel like Warner Brothers have proved themselves they can't really make a complex story like that from the superhero genre and make it and execute it well. I don't think they could do it. Yes, they can make a detective movie. Yes, they can make a very narrow storyline driven movie. But I feel like a Flashpoint Story, there's too many factors involved. Like, what happens when Robert Pattinson and the new Superman goes into the DCEU that Zack Snyder built? Like, what happens to the Jeffrey Wright and the villains in that movie? Like, does Robert Pattinson does he get Ben Affleck's memories? Like, does he meet J.K. Simmons, or do they just up and just forget what happened in their universe? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It only worked in the comic books because it's a comic book. I don't think it transfers well to real life or to live action. I don't think it works well, because in the comic books, all Flash did was go back in time, or go back. He goes and meets Thomas Wayne to this other timeline, goes back to today's time, and everything's changed. They don't remember being the Justice League at all, and Barry Allen loses his memory, and then everyone just forgets what happened in the past, and then they start the New 52. Everything's issue 1 again, and then they had to redo their whole their whole Justice League introduction again. And so I don't think they're gonna do that. I don't think they're gonna do that at all, because I don't think they want to rehash the Justice League movie like that. I don't think so. I think they want to start from scratch. It's better to have 2 universes, finish one, and then have this other universe be the main universe. That's my thought. Just finish out one, Gal Gadot, The Flash, and Aquaman. Finish those while you build these separate storylines, this separate Batman and Superman storylines in their own universe, and have them focus on those characters only, and then once it's ready to expand and become a cinematic universe, then do it. I think that would be the best route, because man, explaining meshing 2 universes to the general audience, it just sounds so messy to me. Yes, it will streamline everything. I mean, Robert Pattinson would be our Batman, and then whatever happens to Henry Cavill, his replacement will be the main Superman and whatnot. And yeah, it would just be so messy. I don't know. I just don't see it happening, and it just wouldn't work. But we'll see. I mean, there's also rumors that Infinite Crisis will be the one that will be rebooting the movie universe. So there's that. I don't think that's true at all. Those are really hard rumors right now. But yeah, really crazy stuff. I want to know your guys' thoughts. Is Flashpoint a good idea or bad idea to reboot the DCU, to bring in Robert Pattinson into the DCU? Let me know in the comments below. Like this video, and I'll see you guys again. Bye.